What is going on, guys? This is KNasty3090 here. Welcome back to another Kansas City Royals draft-only franchise, Draft to Glory, Episode 3. So we've done 3 years so far. We are starting to build a good team around through the draft. We had some good draft picks last year. We're going to have another number 1 pick. Let's go to the offseason, though. Now, the offseasons are pretty short for us, as we mostly just need to sign our draft. We already signed our draft picks, but we lock up some long-term players. So, obviously, we don't have any free agents. But let's go into it. Now, if you guys are enjoying these franchise videos, all I just want you to do, just drop a like on the video. And subscribe if you are new, if you guys haven't already. So, now, let's see. Anyone here who are draft picks? No. Since these guys are all getting up in overall, like Tyler Frank is a 68 overall. Like, we don't want him. Like I said, the rules for this is we have to draft our own players. And if they're not our own drafted players, they need to be under a 60 overall. Just because I don't want, like, for instance, Tyler Frank's actually turning into a halfway decent player. He's a 68 overall. He's only 24 years old. He couldn't turn into a mid-70. I mean, he's hit 15 to 20 home runs. Like, no. I want to be reliant on the draft and draft only. Let's look at contracts now. Dwayne Fernandez was a draft pick for us. His rookie year, not much power, but not a bad player. I would love to give him a long-term deal. So let's give him, he's 28 potential. Let's just lock him up. So how much would he take for like a 7 years would be 6.6. I think that's good. So 6.6, 7 years. Let's front load that bad boy. And it's going to have to be a little bit more money. It's going to be more like 7.5. There we go. 52 million. Front load it, so we pay him more now, which we can afford. Carrasco at third base. He had a pretty solid rookie year. Now, his potential did go down. A guy like him, I want to give him just like a 5-year deal. That's at $2.1 million a year. For the simple fact that when he's a free agent, I want to get the draft pick for him if we don't re-sign him. But a guy with like an A potential, like Fernandez, I would rather lock him up long term. And Encarnacion, who's like going to be our ace. Again, I'll give him a long-term deal. I'll do 6. I'll take him to his 29, 8.5 a year. We'll do that. Just continue to lock these guys up who we care about. Wow, let's make you the ace. It's going to be more like 10 mil a year. Maybe even a bit more than that. There, 61 million. Gomez, our catcher. Potential went up. Not the worst year, but not the best year. Now, again, a guy like him, I will do like the 5-year deal. At that point, we will see if he's going to be our catcher of the future, or we'll just get a draft pick for him. Okay, we gotta be smart about that. Nakayama's actually improved quite a bit, plus 17 contact versus left. But for him, I'll do the 5-year deal again. Everyday player. I'm gonna front load this contract. There we go. Let's see. Archie McCready. He didn't pitch great, didn't pitch awful. He did improve. He does have a B potential. He has 1 year service time. We'll do the 5-year deal for him. The good thing about doing all this is, like, you know what? Once we do it, we don't need to worry about it. So let's do that. We're going to front load that deal as well. There we go. Anyone else that we need to sign? Valenzuela, we can't give him a long-term deal, but he's like our best. Look at that power. He's someone we really need for that team. Hernandez, I don't believe was a draft pick of ours. I'm going to let him walk. Neil Wright was a draft pick of ours last year. He did struggle, but I will give him just like a 5-year deal. Again, we'll front load it while we have money to spend. I don't know what's going to happen that time, but we want him because we need those guys that we've drafted. Same with Moya. I'm going to give him I'll give him the 5-year deal as well. Just we'll have the money to do it. Mine as well. Again, front load it. And like Ivy, since we didn't draft these guys, their potential's too high. So I think the rest of these guys, I'll take care of the rest of the offseason. You don't need to see the rest of that. And then we will continue to move forward with our offseason. All right, so I did the offseason. It wasn't really much to do. We just hired a manager. But let's take a look at contract extensions. Are there anyone that we could sign? The answer is no. So we don't have to worry about that. Let's go to the regular season. And let's just take a look if we need to get new scouts or if we can upgrade our scouts. We can upgrade our central, so we'll definitely do that. And that's it. Okay. So, scouts are upgraded. Let's take a look at the roster. So, Encarnacion, Wright, McCready, Moya, Lopez. Edmund Nash is now an 85. Like, he is definitely a difference maker. But let's actually just do this. Who else do we have that we could call up? So those are the 5. Winston we could call up, but I'm not going to. I think it'd be wise to keep him in the minors, help his development. I think that's it. So relievers, we really don't have many. We do have Barney Smith, who I'm going to add to the Major League roster because he's a C potential, but he can help us out now. I'm going to send down some of these higher overalls. I know it's kind of ass backwards, but like I said, we don't want to rely. I want us to use as many drafted players as possible. Gomez will be our catcher. Pulido can start the year in Double-A. That's fine. We'll call it Virgo, I guess, at Triple-A. I am going to call it Valenzuela to the majors. That's what I'm going to do. He's got that big-time power. He's a guy who could hit 30 home runs easily for us. We have to send down some other guys, so let's do that. AAA has like no one in it. Burrito, was he a draft pick of ours? I don't think he was. I'll double check. He was not. But we did get Waldron and Chavez, so I'll call it one of those. Yes, Waldron, because Chavez has a higher potential. So I would like him to develop. So call him up. Third baseman is Carrasco, who's an 80 overall. Not a bad player. Nakayama is our shortstop. Outfield. Now, do we call up Taylor with that 98 potential? We have Fernandez. We have Kinlan, Gagnon. Brandon is not one of our prospects. So I'm going to say no. I think him doing in Double-A is actually a very smart move. So that's actually our roster. So I realize that our minor league rosters are all over the place. So I have to add some players from Class A to Triple-A and Double-A. So let's take care of that. And then let's just build our lineup. And let's get into the season. We are going to have the number 1 pick again. I think this year we're not going to be... we may have the number 1 pick again this year. If we do, that's not the worst thing. But I think we're going to start slowly improving. We've made a steady increase every year. We went from winning like 12 games the first year just because we had all those like 50 and under players. But now we are really starting to make a difference. So that's all done. Okay, perfect. So Encarnacion, right, McCready, Moya, Lopez. We have a lot of pitchers. Sure. We're going to need them, but Barney's a setup man. Edmund Nash is the closer. The rotation there, it's not awful. It's not good. It's not awful. What do we rank? We'll do that in a second. So lineup. Quinlan leading off. Don't hate that. Fernandez, Carrasco, Gagnon, and right. Don't hate that. He's got some power. Valenzuela is our first baseman. Gomez, Brandon is second. That's wrong. That's going to be Waldron. And what position is this? DH. So the only position we don't have that's like a homegrown in the lineup is DH. That's not bad. Everything else is homegrown. That's not bad. And so we've done a pretty good job drafting, in my opinion. All right, let's just put these guys in. And one more. So we just have to really build up some pitching. So I guess obviously the first overall pick, take best player available. Maybe in the later half of the draft, take some pitchers. But let's just check real quick. So we have Winston, who we know we are keeping down. We have relievers. We have none that we've drafted, and closers the only 2. So yeah, that's pretty much it. I'm just checking to see anyone that we might have missed. Lucero's only a C potential 47 overall. I forgot about JJ Penn, but he's got good speed. But what's his overall? You know what? I'm gonna call him up to be our DH. That's what I'm gonna do. So our whole lineup is all homegrown players, and we'll just call down one of our relievers. Again, I'm calling down one of the better ones because I want us... I don't want to say be punished for using not our own players, but you know what I mean. Like, I want us to rely as much as I can on our own. So, there's that. Let's see what we're ranked. There's 30 teams. We are ranked 30th. Last and everything's speed, we're 3rd. So, that's cool. Top prospects. Let's see. We're probably going to have a couple. Daryl Taylor is number 4. That is not bad. Let's see what Bush is at 13, the guy we missed on. Look at all these guys for Toronto. Vansway, he was at 45 in the last episode. Yeah, I missed it. I know. So, all right, let's get into the season. My big thing, like I said, the first 3 years, 17 wins, 32 wins, 42 wins. My goal this year, 60 wins. And good health. Day one, there's an injury. But luckily, he got healthy. So let's just make sure he's back in there. Are we we're 3-1 to start the year, which is nuts. Holy cow. Okay, yeah, now we're going to start losing. Like I said, 1 or 2 weeks for Fernandez. That's not good. Jeez. Didn't take long for us to get injuries. All right, he's back. Let's just make sure the lineup is good. They probably just destroyed it. I really don't care. Hey, JJ Penn's batting second. No. We're going to move up. Waldron back? No. Alright. Let's keep her going. Let's go up to the day before the draft. So yeah, right. I mean, I think we can get the 60 wins. Moya's out for a few days. That's not the end of the world. Gomez out. Oh, jeez. So our catcher's out. Yeah, auto fix it. He's back. Alright, let's just fix the lineup. It's probably all over the place. Yeah, kind of, not really. Wow, Waldron's in 260. Not bad. Oh, JJ Penn's hitting $167. He does have 2 stolen bases. Valenzuela has 8 home runs. He's actually not hitting 250. If he hits 250, I'm very happy. Carrasco's hitting 279 with 5 home runs. Fernandez in 280. He doesn't have a home run yet, but he only has 100 at-bats. That's still not good. Quinlan, 293. Okay, there's some good hitters. Now, how about Encarnacion? ERA's over 6. No one in our rotation's pitching well. Nash is pitching really good, and Smith has kind of struggled so far. All right, let's keep going. Go up before the draft. We'll see who we're going to take with the number 1 pick. We're not doing any trades. All right, so we are currently 17-36. Let's see. Only 3 blue chippers, and one's a closer. Wow. Well, we have the number 1 pick, so I guess it's kind of a good thing that there's not many. No, probably going to take Span. Let's see what he looks like. Injury risk low. His per nines aren't crazy, but all of them are really good. Lowest is 65, the highest is 70 for his per nines, but injury risk is low, is nice. Bo Chambers, a pretty damn good outfielder. We have outfielders, and Johnny Beltran will not take a closer there. Now, I think Bo Chambers probably is going to be the better player, but we don't need, our outfield is actually kind of all set. And this is this franchise we actually have to draft based off need. I mean, right now in the outfield, we got Dwayne Fernandez, who's an A potential, who's locked up long term. We got JJ Penn's not a guy we're going to worry about drafting, but Darryl Taylor is a 98 potential. He's a left fielder. We also have Quinlan, who's been a pretty damn good player for us. 283, 3 home runs, 8 stolen bases. I mean, his WAR is positive. That's good. And Gagnon's not bad either. I mean, only 229, but last year he hit 23 home runs, So we have Quinlan, Fernandez, and Taylor are 3 guys I like. So, and we need pitching. So we're taking the pitcher. I don't think he's as good. I think Bo is better. But Span's only 18, which is also nice. So we're going to take him. And, yeah, let's get into it. So Freddie Span. Bo's going to go 2. Yep, figured that. So we'll check with the A's to see which player was better. Oh, another pick here. So let's see what's available. There's a short. Okay, power at short. Could be ready soon. There's a second baseman. We're weaker at second base and power at I'm probably going to take that second baseman. There's actually a lot of good players here. There's a closer, a reliever. But second base is kind of a hole for us. So I'm going to take the second baseman, Todd Parrish. Look at that power he might have. And then this next pick we're going to have in a second, I'm going to take that closer. There's a starter, but we want relievers. So he's 24, but he should be ready soon. Great Ks per 9, which isn't the most important, but actually for closers, this one's 23. He's more, well, he's a right-handed. Which one's a lefty? Either of them lefties? Nope, they're both righties, so I'm going to take Blair Walter. Give us a closer. Normally, I would not take a closer in that situation, but we need them. We need relievers. Round 3. There's another starter. There's some relievers. Oh, Kida's still available. I'm going to take another one. Let's just get some relievers for us. And this is how we're building. It's like kind of like recruiting, you know? Like you can't make trades. Castro's still available. I was going to take him in that second round. There is a reliever, but if we can get a shortstop with power and speed, take a chance on that in round 4. And if we can get one more reliever in round 5 or 6, that's good. Oh, wow, there's still a lot of guys. But these are starters, and I'll take the starter. Injury risk low. We can always move a starter we have as a reliever. Find a guy with like a lower stamina and move him. No, he had 80 stamina, so it wouldn't be him. And, wow, I'm going to take probably you. Oh, there's a closer. He's 25. And now I'm going to take the starter. Charles McCarthy. That, I feel like, was a good draft. We'll see. I think we got some we got some good players. Let's see how we did. 91 potential. Not the best, but he says, okay, you know what? Then just look at the rest of this draft. It's really freaking good. Holy cow. Now, the first pick, only 91 potential. He's 68 overall, only 18 years old, and he does have good durability. Not a crazy number 1 pick. Parrish in that extra pick, only an 80 potential. He's a 72 overall. You look at him, he's our best second baseman. He's starting next year for us, for sure. Not bad fielding. Durability's not awful, and he's got some pop and some speed, 77 speed. Not bad. Blair Walter, 69 overall. That's nice. 89 potential. He's in the bullpen next year for sure. He's a 64 overall. He's still probably going to be in our bullpen next year. He's 86 potential. Phil Cash only has a 77 potential, but look at that power. Look at that speed. He's at least going to be off the bench for us next year or start if Nakayama struggles. He can run. Not the best fielder, but he's got a little bit of pop. I'll take that. And then we got Steven Mendoza, 87 potential for this guy. 22 years old, 66 overall. And he's got great stamina, but good walks per 9, but terrible hits per 9. He might be he'll probably be like a long man for us next year. And then this last pick, McCarthy, he only has 65 potential. He has 87 potential, 65 stamina. So I probably will move him to a reliever. 87 potential in that last round is pretty good. Now let's see. No! No! If I knew he was going to be that good, I would have taken him. I have a pit in my stomach right now. Like, Span is good. Don't get me wrong, that's a good player. But first overall, that's a franchise-altering player. I'm trying so hard not to swear right now. Fuck. I couldn't help myself. My logic made sense. I said he was the better player. I thought he could be like a 95, 96 potential, and I thought Span would be like a 93. And I'd be like, okay, I can live with that because we need starters. We can't trade for them. We have depth in the outfield. That being said, that's a franchise player that we just passed on. God damn it. Where's that closer that went 3? Right here. Okay. So, fuck. I still do it all again. Knowing what I know now, I would have taken him. But I stand by my reasoning at the time. Hindsight's 2020. That hurt. Did we sign our picks? We did. You know what, though? Maybe Span turns into that. If he turns into a number 2 or better pitcher, I'm okay with it. Because we need those pitchers. Oh, that hurt. F in the chats, boys. F in the chats. At least these guys are like Quinlan's actually turning into someone. 295, 6 home runs, 10 stolen bases. Like, the offense is actually not awful. Also, let's just do the rest of the season. Oh my god. I legitimately feel sick right now. Also, Dwayne Fernandez keeps getting like these minor injuries. One to 2 months. That's not good. Gomez out for a day. It's these same guys. I don't know, guys. What do you think? Like, obviously, what we know now, it's the bad pick. But you guys understand where I'm coming from before that? I hope you do. I hope you guys aren't like, dude, this Kane Assey guy's an idiot. I said beforehand he was the better. Oh my god, I can't get over that. I said before he was the better player. I didn't think he's that much better. All right, see who made the All-Star team for us? Probably Gagnon. Edmund Ash made it. 2.08 ERA. He's a 90 overall now, so he's a difference maker. Potential went up. 2.08 ERA, whip of 1. That's definitely big. No catchers, no first baseman, no second baseman. Carrasco made it. There's 2. He's improving a bunch. He's an 80 overall. Only a C potential. But he has 13 home runs. He hit 12 his rookie year. He has 11 stolen bases, hitting 266. Has good fielding. WAR of 2.3. That's it. Still, 2 All-Stars on this team. That's pretty good. We're doing better. I'm. Does anyone have Zoloft? Please. Stroman got traded. Wow. I can't wait to like. Gomez is injured again. All right. How is he doing this year? .243, 5 home runs. Not the worst. His WAR was negative. I'm gonna probably just call up the other catcher we have that we actually drafted. Polito. He's hitting a buck. I mean, he does have some power. A $1.99 with 13 home runs. Well, welcome to the show, kid. I've never seen a draft of that few blue chippers though. And we just got swept by Oakland. Like, I can't wait to face Oakland. Like, once we are actually going to be like in the playoffs, and we face Oakland, that guy just absolutely just destroys us. All right, Valenzuela's back. He's in the lineup. So what was our goal? 60 wins. We currently have 34 halfway through August. JJ Penn's out. I mean, that's not the worst injury. You know what I'm going to do? Let's see how, what's his face is doing, that left fielder. Taylor. 282 with 9 home runs. Yeah, he's going to get the call up. Add to the 40-man. Welcome to the show. Now, I will put him not as the DH because he actually can field. At least we have him. At least him and his 98 potential. So Gagnon can not the worst fielder. Quinlan's not awful. And Fernandez has terrible durability. So there's the answer. I'm not too worried about service time because we actually do have a little bit of like a budget. As you can see, our money, like we've locked up all these guys. And I'm going to continue to do it. Just give them those contracts. We pay them early on. And then we'll just be cheaper down the home stretch. Man, this month has been awful. Yeah, we're not going to get to 60 wins. We are currently at what? 38 wins? Jeez. Finished with 48. So the year before we had 42. So we improved. Let's be positive. Were we the worst team in baseball? Easily. All right. Let's take a look at top prospects now. Our best prospect. Oh, he didn't lose his prospect eligibility. He's number 2. Number 2. Anyone else? And we'll check to see how all the players did. And any awards. And then I'm going to go and while I'm editing this, just cry. All right, let's see how the team did. Encarnacion, 4.89. He struggles in the first half, but he improved down the stretch. Now, his year was worse in terms of ERA, but you know what? He's improving in his overall, so that's good. Neil Wright, 4.58 ERA. That's actually not too bad. He improved. His ERA went down over 2 runs. He's only 20. That 75 overall is improving. He's still only a C potential. McCready, he struggled. Went from a 5.4 to a 6. I mean, luckily his contract's super friendly. But he's a 70 overall, and that's improving, except for home runs per 9, which doesn't really matter. Moya, a 5.27 ERA. Improved. Went under a run better. Except for hits per 9, improved. And Lopez, 4.76 ERA. So that's his 3rd year in the majors. In the last 2 years, I mean, for number 5, I'm okay with that as a number 5. Unfortunately, we really don't have a number 1 or through 4. That's why I drafted that pitcher. The only other guy I really care about would be Smith, who did struggle a little bit. But he did improve, except in stamina, which as a closer doesn't really matter. And Nash, 3.52. He did struggle a little bit down the stretch, but hey, he was an all-star for us. And he's got a long-term deal that will continue to get cheaper every year. Take a look at the lineup. Quinlan, 265 average. That's not bad. That's a career high. 12 home runs, career high. 19 stolen bases. 343 on base, 398 slugging. Those are both career highs. OPS obviously is a career high. And his WAR was 2.3, also a career high. Not too bad. Dwayne Fernandez now. He hit 256, only 10 home runs. A little worried about the lack of power, but it did improve actually. You know, +5 versus right, +7 versus left. Not bad. His WAR won't be crazy high, 2, but he's going to be a DH. Carrasco was an all-star. Hit 264 with 19 home runs, also still 16 bags. OPS of 751. WAR of 3.7. Not a bad player. Valenzuela, now, he actually improved quite a bit. He went up to a 75 overall. He only had 406 at-bats. He hit 24 home runs. That's not bad at all. His WAR was -2 because he didn't do much else. But you know what? Everything is improving. He's a guy who can be a 40 home run player. Darryl Taylor in his limited action did struggle. A $194, 2 home runs, 2 stolen bases, and WAR was negative. Gagnon, I'm a little disappointed with him. 217. He hit 23 home runs last year. This year only hit 12, sold 15 bags. His WAR was -2.7. Polito, not awful once he got called up. No, he does have some pop. That's kind of what in fielding. So he hit 201, which isn't good, but 5 home runs and 164 at-bats for a catcher is pretty good. His WAR was negative, though. Nakayama, he regressed. His contact versus left went down 7. The year before, actually, his year wasn't that much worse, but his overall did kind of, and his potential went down. His WAR went down. But luckily, we do have a guy we can replace him with. And Waldron, who we drafted a guy who will replace him, hit 226, 5 home runs, still 15 bags. Not awful. WAR was -3.5. 39 fielding will do that. Luckily, we did draft his replacement. So all in all, I mean, we do have guys who are keepers. Definitely Quinlan, Fernandez, Carrasco, Valenzuela, Taylor are all definite keepers. Maybe Nakayama, maybe Polito, maybe Gagnon. But there's 5 legitimate players in this lineup, and we got more coming. Pitching, we'll see. Any awards? We got Rookie of the Year, just said. Mookie Betts at 374. And Bellinger at 57 home runs. Chris Sale and Kershaw. Yep, 374 batting average. Colomé and Doolittle. Valenzuela got Rookie of the Year. And Riley Pint. Hank Aaron Award. Gold Glove, Encarnacion. Nice. We got an award. That's probably going to be it. Yep, that's it. So let's see who wins the World Series, and that will end the episode. Somewhat painful. The Rays defeat the Dodgers. Okay. All right, so I'll see you guys in the next one. I'm seriously I'm gonna go into a ball and cry. We passed on like Mike Trout. I'll see you in the next one, guys. Take it easy. Peace.